Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've just got through to Red 1. They are trimmed out, they have tested the smoke system. It's time to put your hands together for the 2019 Red Arrows! Red 1 leads the aircraft over in big battle formation, the red, white and blue smoke trailing behind as they pull up to the vertical. Red 1 calling the aircraft into short diamond. Over the top of the loop, 5,000 feet above us, it's Red 1 leading the formation. That's squadron leader Martin Pert. Martin is a former Harrier and Typhoon pilot. He's previously instructed on the Hawk and is in his second year as Red 1. On the right of Red 1 in Diamond is Red 2, one of our new pilots for 2019. That's Flight Lieutenant Damo Green. Damo has previously flown the Hawk on 100 Squadron and he joins the Red Arrows from the Typhoon Force. Now celebrating the first of those 50th anniversaries, Red 1 brings the formation in from the right-hand side in Apollo formation. Get those cameras ready for the Apollo roll. Upside down at 3,000 feet above us, Red 1 rolls the iconic Apollo shape. Reds 4, 5, 8 and 9 smoking as they go. Red 1 speaks to the other pilots with a very metronomic cadence on the radio. They're reacting to his voice rather than to the movement of his aircraft, which is ensured very straight lines and symmetrical formation shapes in the manoeuvres. Concorde, that great feat of Anglo-French engineering, combining engineering excellence with a beautiful design. As the aircraft come towards you, you'll see the front aspect of Concorde. Red 6 and 7 forming the engines underneath, as if the aircraft was on approach to Heathrow.
Really?
And pulling up calls Red 1 as the Concorde shape pulls to the vertical. As the aircraft climb, they're about to transition into the next formation shape over the top of the loop. It's time for Cygnet. On the right wing of Concorde was another new pilot for 2019, Red 4 Flight Lieutenant Gregor Ogston. Gregor has previously flown the Typhoon, and he came to the Red Arrows having instructed on the Hawk T2 at RAF Valley. As Red 1 leads Cygnet off to the right-hand side, the smoke goes off and he calls the aircraft into a very technically difficult formation position. Now flying with 6 aircraft, all in line abreast, Red 6 and 7 tucking in behind. It's time for Phoenix. On the left of Red 1 in Phoenix is Red 3, Squadron Leader Mike Bowden. Mike has previously done 4 years on the team and he returns whilst David Simmons recovers from injury. Get those cameras ready, the colour is about to come on for Phoenix.
Now.
Phoenix moves off to our right-hand side. Red 1 is calling the aircraft into Lancaster formation. The Lancaster obviously most well known for its critical role in World War II, but as we think about the D-Day celebrations 75 years on, we remember that the Lancaster was also employed with decoy tactics during the Normandy landings.
Even up, circle, and roll.
As Lancaster rolls inverted at 2,500 feet above us, you may think it's quite unusual for a Lancaster to be rolled. However, reputedly, the great test pilot Alex Henshaw rolled the Lancaster numerous times when he was testing them at Castle Bromwich. On the left wingtip of Lancaster as it moves off to our left-hand side is Red 5, Squadron Leader Steve Morris. Steve is a former Harrier and Tornado pilot. He's previously served on the Red Arrows and rejoins us for the 2019 season. Well, for those of you who are Red Arrows fans out there, you'll be aware of the next manoeuvre. It's the photographer's favourite. Celebrating the retirement of the frontline aircraft that has served with the Royal Air Force for 3 decades, having retired earlier this year to be replaced by the Lightning. It's time for Tornado.
Out, really, out.
Around the smoke of the other aircraft. Red 1 about to bank the formation to the left, changing smoke colour as they go. It's Tornado.
Moving the bank. Now tightening.
The front section of 5 aircraft is nicknamed Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. Well, Red 1 has called the aircraft into Phoenix formation, which means he's going to start the second half full. As the nose lights come on towards us, 7 aircraft will pull to the vertical, the synchro pair will stay low. It's time for the palm split. Up go the 7 aircraft, Red 6 and 7 staying low. Get those cameras ready for the palm split. As the 7 the aircraft now closing together, closing speed of over 700 miles an hour. They'll cross in front of us 100 feet apart in the Jippo Pass. Red 6 and 7 staying low, 4-point rolling down the line, Red 10, and crossing 100 feet apart in the Cyclone. Red 6 and 7 face up towards each other again. They're going to cross smoke paths in the Slingshot. Now look to your left-hand side. Here comes Red. Red 9 for this year is Flight Lieutenant Dan Lowes. Dan is a former Typhoon pilot and weapons instructor. He'd like to say hello to his mum and dad, to John and Hilary, to Pete and Sal, and especially to Samara. Around the smoke of the other aircraft. Red 1 about to bank the formation to the left, changing smoke colour as they go. It's Tornado.
Moving the bank. Now tightening.
this year is Flight Lieutenant Dan Lowes. Dan is a former Typhoon pilot and weapons instructor. He'd like to say hello to his mum and dad, to John and Hilary, to Pete and Sal, and especially to Samara. Look straight to your front for the nose lights of time for one of our favourite manoeuvres. It's the heart. The red smoke comes on, red 6 and 7 pulling away from each other as they create the heart. Now coming down from the top right is red 8. Red 8 comes down to complete the spear. Today the red arrows are the red 6 on the right, red 7 on the left. Red 6 about to roll inverted. They'll cross 100 feet apart in the vice versa. Spearing the heart today was red 8. That's Flight Lieutenant Chris Lyndon Smith. Chris is a former Tornado pilot. Smoke trailing, red 1 pulling them up to the vertical. Get those cameras ready, get the lenses zoomed out. It's time for the vertical break.
Hold on for fight now.
Break, break, go, calls red 1 for the vertical break. As they cross, the coloured smoke will come on, the aircraft pulling 6G, the pilots fighting hard against the G-forces as they cross behind us. The smoke changing colour, forming a red and a blue half of the circle. Changing to coloured, as red 1 leads them in 2 barrel rolls in a snake-like pattern across the sky in the Python. As red 1 completes the first of those rolls, the aircraft coming in from our front right, the coloured smoke is on each aircraft, having 1 minute of red and blue smoke in addition to the 5 minutes of white smoke operated by buttons on the control stick. As the aircraft enter the second of those rolls, I'd like to say a big hello to Ian and Val. As red 1 completes the second of those rolls, he's flying a formation known as Leader's Benefit, with red 1 at the front, reds 2, 3, 4 and 5, all in line abreast behind him. And there's smoke in the corkscrew.
8 and 9.
Aboard calls red 9 as the coloured smoke comes back on, reds 8 and 9 rolling around 6 and 7. As red 9 sings complete once more, red 6 rolls the formation out in a right-hand turn, disappearing off, the smoke about to come off to make way for Enid. Clear go, call 2 and 3, the signal for 4 and 5 to roll. Clear go call 4 and 5 as red 2 start their second rolls. This time red 5 singing complete as the rollbacks finish off to our... Red 6 and 7 once more staying low from the break. Their red and blue smoke changing to white as they move away from us, positioning for the last of their opposition manoeuvres. On the left is red 7, Flight Lieutenant John Bond. John was formerly an instructor on the Tucano. He displayed the Tucano that you saw earlier, and he's in his second year on the team. He will next year take over as red 6 to lead the synchro pair. Now it's time for the double rolls. As red 6, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Red Arrows!